This content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
Oh, no.
We return to our planet. The High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings, you're watching SeptumSin, and welcome to another episode of Unusual Christmas Chronicles, where we talk about Christmas movies that people don't always talk about this time of year, something that you might want to watch with your friends and relatives over the holidays. So this time we actually have 13 Sleighs Till Xmas, which is an anthology film with some interesting features there. It's about a bunch of these people who are spending Christmas in this bar and meeting for this strange and unknown reason. And they tell these tales. They get into a ghost storytelling contest because the old school Christmas was all about the ghost stories. You know, you gotta tell the ghost stories, the scary stuff. So let's talk about each one of these, and I'm just going to go over each one. The first is a woman and her sister decorate her mother's home one last time, but there's something dark and sinister about the gathering. The next is a man and his daughter spend Christmas together, but there is something darker in the air. Brothers share a nicer Christmas gifting time, which is also very twisted at the end. Then we have a very dark twist on A Wonderful Life. A group breaks in a house to finish off a man that he killed the rest of the family drunk driving, but the house is having other thoughts. There's Kringles, the Christmas clown. A brother teases his sister with an evil killer Santa, which kind of goes into Kringles, the Christmas clown in a lot of ways. An evil doll kills on Christmas. A guy visits a ward where a killer waits. A radio talk show where a guy fears replacement due to his old age. And, of course, there is a mass murder at a Christmas party, and then Santa's helper kills a few bad apples. I think that the wraparound is pretty good on this. I think it holds up well. I think it has that Tales from the Crypt type vibe where they try and kind of put you in a little bit of a surprise at the end. I think that's pretty fun. I think that some of these are pretty well written. I like some of the dark twists on it. It is a fun little anthology. The acting is pretty decent. Nothing like super intense, nothing super bad, just kind of, you know, okay, it works. I think that for a micro-budget film, it's actually pretty good. It's top tier for micro-budget, I definitely would say. As far as the production value is okay. I like it well enough. The makeup's okay, the blood effects are okay, the gore is okay, and it's fairly consistent the whole way through. You don't have sound cutting out in parts. You don't have one part looking extremely cheap and one part looking pretty well done. It's pretty consistent all the way through. And the music is fun, it's entertaining, and it's Christmassy. That's really all you need out of one of these. So, at the end of the day, would I recommend this? I'm not sure I would say it's a Christmas classic, like one that I'd have to go back to every year, but it is one that I might watch every other year, or might go to. It's if I'm looking for something and I'm just kind of flipping through, this is actually not a bad one. It's not my favorite Christmas anthology film. That is a Christmas Horror Story, but we talked about that before. So, but it's still a pretty decent one. I wouldn't, I would definitely watch it at least once. See what you think. If it touches you in a special way, maybe maybe it might be the movie for you. I do think that it is fun for anthology film people and people who like those lower budget ones, but lower budget on the higher tier when it comes to micro budget films. So, with that being said, where do you get it? Well, this is by Blood Moon Pictures. It's a Scream Team releasing joint, so you can go directly to them to get it. It's actually fairly decently available. Nothing that you would have any issues with. Overall, I think that as far as these go, it's definitely worth checking out at least once. Well, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.